Yay, it says I am live here. I am actually at the High-Low Cafe outside of the High-Low Motel. And I have a business meeting in about an hour, so I mainly wanted to catch up with you guys. It's been a while. I was actually in Bermuda recently, and I got this mug. It's kind of, sorry, it's hard to hear me. I have like a little tradition of getting mugs when I travel now. So wherever I go, I want to get a mug so that my collection grows. And reference, and also the wedding party. The people that went there for the wedding, it was a destination wedding, so it wasn't just the wedding party as in, the bridesmaids and the groomsmen, which I wasn't a part of the actual official party. They scheduled a little cruise for us one night. The first night that I showed up, basically we just went out in the town area. Second day, well, I should back up. First of all, the first awesomest part of traveling is when you go in the plane and you get to see how flat the earth is. People want to say, oh, you can see curvature from a plane, but I've flown multiple times since being a flat earther, and there is no curvature. One of my favorite things is to sit at the window, just gawk at how flat it is. You can see for so far. It's ridiculous. Anyways, not only in the plane, did I get to experience and see for myself. Can I get some hot water when you have a second? Thank you. But it was an island. Well, it is. It still exists. It is an island. So basically, whenever you're traveling, you're surrounded by the ocean, and you can just see how flat the water is for miles and miles and miles and miles and miles all around you. So that was a really, really fun experience in that regards. Obviously, if the Earth was a giant spinning ball, there needs to be curvature somewhere, and large bodies of water don't curve. So there is overwhelming evidence that we are yeah, all of our ancient ancestors and every ancient civilization knew that we're living inside this closed realm, right? In the yellow submarine. Back to the Beatles, the talk about, and it's yellow because it's made out of pure gold. So Kyle says, hey, how's it going, Kyle? I'm really happy to be catching up with you guys again. What Lobo 818 says, hola, hola, ¿cómo estás? David D says, so cute, love the mug too. Haha, thanks. I actually was walking down the street, and they have tons of shops. Obviously, it's like extremely catered towards tourism. So there's all sorts of, actually, interesting thing is that in Bermuda, they're only allowed to have one car per household. If you own like a business, your business can also have a car, but it's extremely limited. Like the space on Bermuda, it's an island, and almost everything is imported. I was really surprised to find out that even fruit is like, they mainly grow like a few bananas and maybe some citrus. They do a little bit more as far as vegetables grow, but they import like everything. So you can imagine even buying a car is going to be really expensive. But the space itself is also going to be either cramped in together or need to leave the island for space. But anyways, I was talking about the car situation, right? There's a lot of mopeds, so that's one of the things that tourists do, and they also have scooters everywhere, but there's a ton of just foot traffic, so that you can walk and see like the bay, see all of the flat water. You can see where all of these cargo ships come in. We were actually staying at the Hamilton Princess, which is a really high-end luxury hotel. That the whole island, like, not only does everything get imported, so that makes it, they basically, it's very, very expensive, not somewhere that I personally would choose to go. Well, in the golden age, I would love to go all sorts of places, but as far as traveling right now, I would rather go to places that grow so that I can consume, like, especially go to like a tropical place that has specialty fruits that I've never even seen before, that I could have a whole experience and basically dive into raw veganism. I would really love that, but this is definitely not the place for that. Sorry, I kind of got distracted by her walking by. This is too hot. So, anyways, the cup, I went into a store and it was like multiple floors and it was like a maze of different sections. And so there was like some teacups here, some teacups there. I actually almost left because I was searching and I'm like, I really couldn't find the perfect mug. And then I finally went into this other room and I found this mug and I was like, oh, this is so perfect. I have to have it. And it was one of the cheapest mugs in there and it was on sale. So I was like, yes, this is victory. Yeah, I was really excited. Anyways, that is my mug story for the moment. So back to what I was saying, like Thursday when a lot of people showed up, we just kind of hung out around the town. And then Friday was a beach day. We went to this private beach. So the Hamilton Princess Hotel has a private, they pay for it, obviously, they own it probably, but a lot of places have their own private beaches. I went to a public beach one time to try to do a photo shoot on a pink sand beach, and the sand wasn't even pink, but we'll get to that in just a second. I was pretty disappointed about that as well. But anyways, the private beach was beautiful. There was like cabanas there. And I did a photo shoot, which I am planning on making a little music video soon. I have been, since I got back pretty much, working on making a video as a gift for the bride and groom of all of the pictures that I took with me, I took my Nikon P900 with me and did a lot of photographer type duties. They had their own photographer, but I planned on making a little video of the trip for them. So I've been working on that. Haven't gotten to my own content yet, but it is coming. So Kyle, just hold on. Kyle's been trying to keep me on task. I don't want to say slave driver or anything like that. But basically, is the project done yet? Is it done? Yeah. I have been working diligently on it. And anyways, we went to a private beach on Friday morning Friday afternoon-ish. And then we went later that evening on this little cruise and it was really nice. Everyone got really dressed up. I just posted a picture on my Facebook page of me in this black dress that is like extremely tight on my hips. I'm like sticking my female flaring hip out to the side. It's one of my favorite. Like I love dresses that form fit my hips to specifically show them off. So if you haven't seen that, you will see more footage from that in the future. Okay, what level 818 says it's plain? Yes. La tierra es plana, right? Kyle says, as Neil says, that stuff is flat. Yeah. Steven says that you looked absolutely stunning in that blue dress. Thank you. That was the dress that I bought specifically for the wedding. And I was really happy with it because I got to dance and it was like really flowy and I was doing a little bit of like shaking with it, which I'm going to add some of that footage into the video that I put out as well. So you'll have to stay tuned. Nash says last day, moon in 6 Virgo. Okay. Sun in 3, moon in 6, sun entered 3. Okay. I don't follow completely with what you're saying there, but the 3rd house in the 6th house, sun entered 3, 9. Anyways, so Nas, what does this actually mean in terms of people that don't know astrology like you obviously do? David says that you looked stunning in the blue dress, yes, and you looked even more sexy at the beach when you were not in that dress. Cough, yes. There was definitely some nice footage taken on the beach, so you'll have to wait for that as well. It was really a gorgeous little private beach. You could probably actually look up pictures online of the Hamilton Princess private beach, and it will show you exactly where I went. But I, like I said, will be changes for you as well. You're welcome. David says, glad you made it home safely, with so many getting lost in certain shapes associated with certain places. I actually, on this boat cruise, I was like the last person everyone kind of got off and I hung back to make sure that we, as a group, didn't leave anything on the boat. And I told the captain that they should really capitalize on it being Bermuda and be like, you should actually offer trips like get lost in the Bermuda Triangle and be like, all right, everybody, if there's any last minute phone calls you like want to make for your family, tell them that you love them. We're about to enter the triangle. And he actually said that we were in the triangle at that point in time. So I don't know. I am not a nautical captain. I don't know how to navigate on the seas. Obviously, I understand that even in ancient times, our ancestors used the stars to navigate, the North Star. When I became a flat earther, that's when I actually learned how to find the North Star using the Big Dipper, using Cassiopeia, and I really loved looking at the stars, especially on top of Mount Shasta when it's like really clear sky and you can see all of them just like moving around you. It's so beautiful. So, yes. All right. So yeah, we went on the boat, which was really fun. It actually ended up being pretty windy, and I was one of the only ones to bring a jacket with me. And I was just like, I've been on too many boats to know that you don't go on there without warm clothes, even if you want to wear a pretty little dress, or else you're going to be stuck inside. But there was quite a few people that actually swam, even though it was so cold. And it started to rain. But other than that, that was pretty much the only bad weather that we experienced during the trip. So Saturday then was the actual wedding in the evening. Is kind of a fun little tidbit of my personality, I guess. I was sitting in the hotel lobby with a handful of other people, and then the bride and groom and the wedding party had already left. We had to go on these shuttles to a different location, and basically I kind of greeted everyone like, oh, your dress is so pretty, you look really nice, all that kind of stuff. And then I was watching the clock and I'm like, it's getting time to go. Like, I'm looking around to see who's taking charge because we need to get all these people onto a shuttle. I'm like, all right. So I walked outside. I was the one that was like, are you our bus driver? Are you ready for us? And then I walked into everyone like, I'm sorry, but the bus drivers are waiting outside for us. They have 3 shuttles. So if you're ready, let's all, I'm like demonstrating like I'm their tour guide. I'm like, let's all get onto the buses. And I walk over to the next group, like, let's all get on. Like, so I got everybody onto the bus destination. Everyone kind of was clumping up and they're like, oh no, I naturally do anyways. But I've also been involved in not wedding planning, but like catering and events planning. Even back in college, I worked for a catering company and got to work different events through that and through restaurants. And I obviously plan my own events now. So I am something that I enjoy doing, actually. Wedding planning would be kind of fun other than dealing with any bridezillas, which thankfully my friend was not a bridezilla. Like, everything went really smoothly. It was a beautiful wedding. I took lots of pictures. Yeah, I was the unofficial wedding photographer, and it was a really beautiful ceremony right on like their little arch of, keep hitting my elbow on the table here. The little arch that they stood under, like when we looked out at them, we saw just the ocean, and then there were these like really big rocks, I guess. And they weren't reefs; they were definitely rocks of some sort. I don't really know what kind, but anyways, it was really, really beautiful. And then the reception obviously happened, and I danced a lot, which you're gonna see some footage of that. I absolutely love dancing at wedding receptions, even from a really young age. It was like my favorite part. Like, let's fast forward through the ceremony and get to the reception. Even my youngest like wedding dream for myself, really, that I remember is wanting to basically just have the reception and have a really big party and not go through all of the trouble of this, ceremonial type thing. And I kind of still want that. I would like to have like a big party essentially on Mount Shasta, and I'm going live. Oh. That's one of the waitresses. basically a big party on Mount Shasta, and then when the sun and moon are both in the sky at the same time, that could be like when the little tiny ceremony happens. Just say a few words, exchange vowels. Did I just say vowels? Like VOWELS? Anyways, you know what I mean. Exchange vowels and two similar words. And have just a really big party. So anyways, don't know why I got off onto that tangent, but David D is saying dresses that show Queen as a real girl in reference to my tight dresses. Yes, absolutely. David says unofficial wedding coordinator, unofficial wedding caterer. Obviously, if they were agreeing to have a fully vegan wedding, then I could get involved, but I couldn't do any of that. And plus, I don't really I'm not passionate about to where I want to get a job. I'm really looking for different business endeavors that I can work with various people to make a lot more money than wedding caterers and coordinators and all this stuff do. And ultimately, I want to be involved with things that are going to make the golden age happen. So, people that are on the same path as me, that have the same vision as me, and I'm not concerned about, I don't get paid for any of this stuff. I don't make any money off of my videos. Even if you see ads on my video, it's because there's a copyright claim on because I use their music dollar for any of my social media stuff. Like, I refuse to take money. Even people that come to my full moon celebrations, they're like, do you take donations? Like, where's your tip jar and all this stuff? And I'm like, I don't have one. I refuse to take their money. So yeah, I don't know why I kind of got off into a tangent here about that, but it is really important to me to be doing what is in the line. Like I said, I do have Dude says, I do take you. That's funny. Do you take I? That's when you're marrying Sage. That's funny. Hey Bobby, how's it going? Yeah, the golden age is what my soul came here to do, and hopefully that is what you came here to do as well. And then after we establish this better world where psychopaths aren't in control of, like I was telling Kyle earlier, the psychopaths are in control of all of these. If they weren't the ones in